Get cozy, everybody, because today we'll continue the never-ending shower month with Vanilla, Guard of Judgment. Where were we? Let's see. I think it was a pretty big decision. Let's look for her. There you go. I knew you'd say that, Blanco. That's right, I could have stopped myself here if I didn't look for Lilith. Now, I would surely regret it. I'd ask myself why I didn't later on. Like I had with Seema. I could lose Lilith on top of Seema. Couldn't afford to be at a standstill. Where is she? I hurried with Soyo outside the castle grounds. We searched the area and did not see any open doors. Was it safe to assume she had entered the forest? Lilith, where had she gone? What was she doing? Why did she have to cause us so much worry? Don't just go off on your own like that. Well, she's a grown woman with her own decision, etc. Lilith, I believe she went into the forest after all. How do you know that? Would it be wise to go inside after her? I'll go wait here, Soyo. Wow, great choices. I couldn't. You mustn't go alone, Blanco. I will go with you. Please, let me join you. Another thing, I wouldn't like to stay here all by myself. Lilith could come back while we're searching. Blanco. What happens now? I admonished the teary Soyo and began my way into the thick forest. It felt the same as... he always says, I felt this, I felt that, like, goddamn, how many times are you gonna feel so much? It felt the same as how it had been when I first came here. The ground was muddy and the forest was dark. No, it's not. If I wasn't careful, my mind would succumb to despair. I could feel death right by my side. Where was she? Where were you, Lilith? I wandered around in the forest without direction. Was there hope to be found in this search? I wondered if it would have been better to secure a lifeline or some other protection. I began to think after that fact. What had Lilith been thinking? Was she enacting revenge against us, or was she trying to off herself? Had she gotten fed up with her own desires? I didn't know what had led Lilith into this forest. I had to find her and ask her myself. That is, if we can... if we can get out of this forest after it was established that it's a forest that you can get lost in. How long had I walked? Long enough for the sun to not go down, I guess. I had become fatigued and was breathing hard. I felt as if death was before my very eyes. The fatigue set into my bones, and just when I had decided to stop walking, a white light shone into my eyes. Whoa. Lilith was there, underneath the white sunlight that shone through the tree leaves. I had expected her to shout at me like usual, but instead she leapt into my arms with a sad look. Cool. That was easy. Blanco, it was so scary here. Why did you come? You can't leave when you come here. You know that, don't you? I thought I wouldn't see you again. Here, you don't chase after those who leave, right? So why did you? You're a moron. True. Her words were angry, yet Lilith had a lonely smile on her face, tears in her eyes. Lonely smile? Oh yeah, she does. It's because of the text box. It's the pretty art is being covered by the text box. It was only for a short time we could rejoice in our reunion. We wandered our way around the forest without knowing the road home. Uh-oh. Are we gonna get lost now? How many times had the sun risen and fallen? Whoa, what was Soya doing? Was she still looking for us? Seema said that if you enter the forest, you will never return. Her words had become truth. Likely we would never leave this forest again. Oh crap. Both Lilith and I continued to walk without food or drink, yet the forest showed no sign of giving away to the castle. Lilith and I were riddled with wounds. Why? Eventually, where did the wounds come from? Because of the trees bumping into you or something? Eventually, we became so exhausted we could no longer move. We both collapsed at the base of a large tree, holding each other's hands. Hey, Blanco, there's something I still haven't told you. Wanna hear it? What? I was probably desperate. I was remembering how things had been my fault in the past, and other bad things, and I couldn't forgive myself. My thoughts were all screwed up. So I gave up. I wanted to give it all up, and I remembered Seema said that you can't leave this forest, so I came here on my own. It was lonely. I was all alone in the cold. I hadn't been paying attention to the happiness that was right in front of me. That there were people who would answer to whatever dumb thing I had to say. That there were people who had big enough hearts to accept me. I guess it was because you all were so close that I didn't realize. What a great message. No, I'm serious. This isn't sarcasm. I'm an idiot. Sorry, Soyo. I knew that she left me food in front of my door that day. Maybe she's mad at me. She was worried. Oh, I guess we won't see each other anymore. I won't ever see her again. I should have faced her myself and apologized. Man, I'm an idiot. She closed her eyes and paused for a breath, then continued. When I saw you, it actually lifted my spirits. I was surprised you came. It made me happy. I really must like you. Now I get it. I think this is the real deal. Because we're at a near-death scenario or something, and you're suddenly, maybe these feelings are real. Dude, what the hell? Now that my lust isn't in the way, I don't have the energy for anything. To get a confession at a time like this, it was like a drama or a novel, a visual novel. This time I knew the love was real. It wasn't lust or a misattribution of arousal. It was from the bottom of her heart that she loved me for who I was. No eyes and all. I guess we're gonna die soon, huh? I wanted to believe that the search I dedicated myself to had meant something, that I had helped Lilith think more positively than before. Don't let go of my hand, Blanco. Always and forever. Keep holding on. I must have loved Lilith too. That's why I could make the decision. Or you don't have the energy at all to let go of her hand. It must be rigor mortis or something. I wanted to protect her. Blanco, sorry. Lilith had noticed her own crimes. She then had a change of heart and accepted herself, but it was all too late. Thank you. It was too late for me to reply. She had already met her end. Her eyes were still slightly open. A single tear trailed down her cheek, not neck. I had no more strength left in me. The memories that had been etched into my being were slowly fading. I was losing my grip on my past. I was forgetting everything. I see. This wasn't meant to die. Bed and moratorium? Oh man. After all that, learning this really great lesson, bye, I'm dead. Jesus. Charming characters can't catch a break. Load. Now I'm not going to look. Such an asshole. Oh man. I recommend not following those who attempt to leave. The girl in white surfaced in my mind. Those words had come from the first day I'd arrived here. I shouldn't follow those who leave. It was logical, even though it's full of magic and shit. If Lilith chose to leave us on her own free will, it would be trouble for us to get involved. She could possibly not want us to go after her. It would be self-centered to stop that. It might be important to consider her decision. Forced myself to hold back my worry about Lilith's situation and shook my head. This mustn't, even Lilith has, no. Soyo's shoulders fell in despair, having read the determination on my face. I still haven't apologized to Lilith. Wanted to say sorry for yesterday, and yet it wasn't Soyo's fault, so she didn't need to feel guilty. Lilith chose to leave us behind. As a result, I chose not to chase after her. Let's walk our different paths, but that wouldn't undo things. What she gave me, her clumsy kindness and her smile, I wouldn't forget that. Also that scene from You Know What before. Thank you and goodbye. What is this, a Truman Show? Good morning, good evening, good night. It was all my fault. It happened again. My choices made her disappear. It was my fault that Lilith was nowhere to be found. You sure it's not because of her own free will? You just said that, yeah. The way things were, wasn't it the same as her tossing me aside? It was because of me that Seema and Lilith had went away. It had been my decision, but the aftertaste was bitter. There was somewhere inside myself I was still wishing for them to pop out from nowhere. I had to carry my new crimes on these shoulders and stand alone. My conscience torturing me with knowledge of my sins. I carried my heavy feet around the castle. Where could I go? I had nowhere to run to, even though we have so much space in this castle. I had to live my life out here. I had no other option. Would I disappear just like those two had someday? I didn't want to disappear. I didn't want to become nothing. I kept walking, my mind blank. Wait, are we not gonna see this ending or whatever? What happened to her? Did she turn her hair white like what happened with Seema? I was unsteady on my feet. I was drowning in the sin that was myself and struggling. I couldn't smile like I could before. And here I chose all this. I chose to throw her aside. I couldn't go back, even if I made a mistake. Life cruelly continued. Well, that's reality. Take it or leave it. My feet stopped in front of the staircase to the terrace. Oh, if I climbed these steps, would she be at the top? The pale girl who said that she would allow me to do whatever I liked? The mysterious girl who said I would always be free of guilt. I began to take myself up the stairs, as if I was being called from above. It was as if I was expecting to find her and be consoled. I was being naive. Her presence was sweet, like honey. She stood there on the terrace that let you drink in this world's beautiful scenery. Her long white hair blew in the wind as she gazed above. Sup, man? What troubles you so? So 2 people disappeared, and I'm the common denominator. What do I do? Would she forgive me? Me who had laid my hands not just 1 but 2 people's lives? I have told you this. In this place you are absolved of all your crimes. You need not feel the burden of your sins, as you are free to do as you please. Yeah, I had waited for those words. She would forgive me. Yippee! Let's go back to committing crimes. Gosh. I was being unfair. I was hoping that by someone telling me I was guiltless, I would feel just a little better. I was trying to set aside the fact that I tossed Lilith aside. And you need not mourn. She had chosen her own path. Vanilla's words were ominous as always, but she gave me the forgiveness I sought. The way she did was almost as if she was sneering down upon me, who had been tarnished in sin. So, the others never saw this vanilla person all this time? What the hell? Oh, shit. Is she dying? I was about to lose consciousness. There was no one who'd come help me. Of course not. Because I'd pushed everyone away. I chose to be a loner. I guess that's how things were. I knew it'd end up like this, but the predictable finale still made me sad. I still thirsted for something, like water, because you're dying of starvation. Collapsing, I dried up and shriveled under the weight of the thirst of something I couldn't sate myself. I could no longer move. I thought that I'd like to at least feel good before I kicked the bucket, but that didn't happen for me either. I'm sure I was hard to look at. I'd learned to masturbate in middle school? Holy shit, what a confession. Nothing satisfied me. No man could steal my heart. Loveless affection, words without feeling. It was lonely, it was boring, and it was frustrating. I didn't need empty love. I didn't want that. I wanted anyone really to understand me fully. If I was in love, if the love of another didn't reach my heart, it would shrivel and die. It felt good to wet my dried heart on my own. It wasn't satisfying, but it kept me from the edge, at least until I would find someone who understood me. It wasn't enough. I needed more. Man, you're greedy. And soon enough, I started treating people like they were stupid. I hurt people without a second thought. My fraying heart began to dry the land that surrounded it. I suddenly noticed a flower that bloomed before me. This flower. It was the flower Seema had been growing, wasn't it? If I remember right, it was the flower that grew in heaven, according to her. Now I felt like I could understand why she tried so hard to keep it alive. You wanted to believe this was heaven, right? You wanted to change this hell that withered gardenias into a heaven by your own hands, didn't you? You tried all by yourself to do something as incredible as that, didn't you? I knew you wanted to believe. that we'd arrive at heaven. If you had suffered in life trying your best, you wouldn't want the path to lead to hell, huh? I always was laughing and making someone else out to be the fool. I made you out to be a fool, Seema, even though you always tried your best. I did the same to Ando and the others I cheated on too. But you see, even if you try, it won't happen. You'll never get back what you put in. That's why I put the people who worked hard down. I wanted to show them that it was pointless to try. I thought it was ugly when people tried hard. Man, what the hell? But was that really the truth? Maybe you're right, Seema. This place might have been heaven. I was wrong. It wasn't my place to talk about trying hard. After all, I never put my all into anything when I was alive. I was trying to justify not trying hard by treating other people like they were stupid. I acted like I was better without giving the effort. No, I was the one who couldn't do anything. I held other people back, and I could only put those who tried to move forward down. I'm the stupid one. I liked feeling superior. It felt good to look down on others, since it made me feel strong. I also didn't mind getting attention. I put so much faith in my beauty and charm, and I'd begun to think I was special. I thought I could get away with anything. I had developed that endless sea of self-centeredness within myself. How pitiful was I from other people's eyes. Yeah, not really pitiful, more like you're really annoying. It was without a doubt, it was myself that had denied living forever in the castle of heaven. It was my choice to step into the forest to hell. I thought I'd get forgiveness here, but I guess it would be the same no matter where I go. The words, "you get what you deserve," fitted me perfectly at the time. You thought so too, didn't you, Seema? Oh, here we go. Is her hair gonna turn white like Seema's? Weird. Why? I never thought flowers were pretty before. Do things really change this much when you're on death's door? Wanted to see Seema. If I could just see her, I wanted to at least say sorry. I knew I couldn't see her anymore. I knew my wish wouldn't be granted. You always tried your best. Sorry if I put you down for that. Sorry. Man, oh yeah, look at that. Her hair turned white. What is her connection with Vanilla? Yeah, man. God damn it. Vanilla guarded the judgment. Chapter 4. Soyo Kaze Breeze, whatever that means. Oh, my back. Don't forget to stretch. What is her connection? Seema and now Lilith both have white hair after they died, or maybe that's just a visual indicator that, yep, she's dead, she's gone, she disappeared. Maybe she has no relation at all to Vanilla or whatever. But man, why? It was the same dream as before. I'd seen this before. Is our favorite word for the day before? Because this is just twice you said before. Ow. Sorry. After the sun had long fallen, I held hands with her as we'd watch the stars in the sky together. Gorgeous, isn't it? Who's this guy? I can't even read the name. Language I can't understand. What did I reply in return back then? Yeah, they are. That's pretty much what I'd said. I was happy to see her eyes sparkle with joy. Whoa, holy shit. It was fun today, says the language I can't understand. Thanks for taking me here. It really made me feel better, I think. Jesus Christ, look at it. Wipe your blood away. What is going on? Stop it. I knew. Just to drive me to the corner, I was going to have to see more of my past, wasn't I? Holy shit, that's a lot of blood. I'd like to come back next year with you. Would we be able to go? We'll be able to go, won't we? Stop. Oh shit, that's a lot of blood. Holy crap. There's that awkward smile again. Sorry, it's my fault. But I'm alright. I'll hopefully be able to let you smile normal again. Don't show me this again. Stop, stop, stop. Don't ruin my memories. Red screen. I was in struggle. I writhed in pain, trapped in an endless void, in this noiseless space. I could only hear my own pitiful groaning. Why does the music sound so pretty though? It feels so inappropriate. I was being shown an illusion. I knew it, and yet I still reached out to touch her. I reached and came up empty. Of course this was a dream. I couldn't get back the time I spent. I couldn't redo my past. These memories were long past. Oh, God damn it. I couldn't past again. It passed. If I was looking at the future, I wouldn't need to recollect them. I was being shown these memories purposefully, so I would remember that I had done some wrong. Why would someone do this? What in the hell would this lead to, if anything? What would they get from it? That's the whole mystery we're trying to solve, my guy. Please stop it. I wanted to just live in peace. I already knew the full weight of my sins. How many times did I need to apologize to be forgiven? How long did I need to be blamed for my actions, to be told that those who do not own anything cannot protect anything? If I had just the slightest bit of courage, would it have led to a different outcome? Maybe. Things can happen. You never know. Would I not have to regret not having saved the situation? You tell me. I'm not the one with the sins. Kazami, I'll be late today. You can go ahead and sleep. I'll be late. What was he doing without me? And with who? I didn't know. I didn't want to. I didn't want to doubt him. Despite feeling malice at his words, I forced my brightest smile on my face. Oh, so that's her. Alright, do be off now, dear. Who in the hell would want to cheat on her? She looks so beautiful. The door closed with a click. A silence remained afterwards. I was all alone, having set him off. I stood a while in that silent space. I had slept with my husband once since being married to him. What the hell? Why'd you marry him? It had already been 4 years. I was uneasy about a lot of things. Things felt off, and I felt something bad coming. Why was it that he was late coming home recently? In the beginning of our marriage, he would come home when it began to get dark outside. It was for that reason I was even more afraid. Don't bait a fish you've already caught. Men will lose interest when you've made them yours. Those were things I would hear often from people. If those phrases applied to my current situation, then I was a real fish who was nearing starvation. I would always do the housework while waiting for my husband. Would this fish ever receive its bait? I did not know, though I still hoped. I did not know what I would do if I cast away that hope. I was scared most of all by that. So I stopped thinking about it. Well, that's one way to cope. I wanted to make stew for dinner, but that was a meaningless thought. After all, my husband would simply eat before coming home. Yet, even knowing he wouldn't eat dinner, I never gave up on making it for him. Aw, man. I feel so bad now. Why would anybody do this to someone as pure as her? He could possibly make a change of plans to come home hungry. It was a rare possibility. Preparing for the unlikely, I put my all into cooking dinner. Damn, that was a lie. It was just an excuse. I didn't want to consider that my husband could be cheating. If I did, that would mean that I would have to recognize that I didn't trust him. I couldn't tell anyone. I couldn't speak of it. I especially couldn't ask for advice. If I put it into words, what if it became true, like a spell? I was terribly afraid of the false becoming reality because of me. If I could, I wanted to be in my mind playing tricks on me. I couldn't help but wish for that. Man. I wouldn't go so far as to ask my husband to sleep with me. Why not? I knew that my lack of charm was my greatest fault. You have plenty of charm, even though I don't know you that well. But hey, you are nice to look at. What I had really wanted most of all was for him to come home and hold me tightly. That was it. You could just ask for that without going anyplace else. If he came home straight to me, I would be as happy as I could be. Today, too, I waited for his return, holding back the tears that threatened to spill over countless times. Man, what the hell? Welcome back, darling. You must be tired from work. The town was quiet as the sun began to rise over the horizon. Holy shit, he came back in the morning? My husband looks displeased at seeing I had waited for him to return. I told you to go ahead and sleep. I'm sorry, dear. I did make dinner. Are you hungry? at this time of day? I ate already. I told you not to make any. I'm going to take a shower and sleep. I hesitated, unable to find words. My husband took off his suit and headed to the bath with quick steps. It seems that he won't ever pay me attention. I whispered that to myself derisively. He did not react. He either did not hear or was ignoring me. I felt as if a canyon had opened up between us. God damn. After getting ready for bed, my husband went under the covers straight away. He fell asleep before I could even try to talk to him. Yeah, he was tired from work. He was working hard to support us. He worked himself to the bone each day. He couldn't possibly be cheating. I knew that, but I felt like something was missing. I felt as if I was in solitude. We were only chipping away at each other, each and every day. We worked and built up the exhaustion. Then, what waited afterward? There was no room for us to love each other. We had no room to even birth a child. Oh, will these days continue without end? What was wrong with this country? Wait, what does the country have to do with this? What does you not having a nice relationship with your husband have to do with the country? This sounds like an excuse people use that, oh, the economy's so bad because, I can't get a job because the economy or something. Were we headed towards destruction? Were we just born to die? What was happiness? The answer to that slipped away from my hands, as if it were thrown to a faraway dimension. We would disappear without knowing why we were born. No matter what happened, I never gained self-confidence. My future was all muddy. Wait, my throat hurts. I left without meaning, a fruit untouched, left to rot. Even if I lost the ability to smile, I would sometimes imagine a brighter future for myself. If us humans didn't have hope, we can't live on. If someone... Wait, what? Wait, let me go back. I want to see... Can I go back? Log. If us humans... If someone could take this loneliness of mine head on. There you go. If someone could take this loneliness of mine head on. Blanco, good morning. Having given... Why'd you say that, Soyo? Having given our morning greetings, Soyo and I sit down at the table and have our breakfast. The breakfast doesn't go down easy, and I had doubts I could finish everything. Apparently, my body had taken more damage from the current situation than I thought it had. I suppose it is just the two of us now. We'll no longer see Seymour or Lilith around, will we? Nope. Soyo, as usual, had tucked her chin in with a sad expression on her face. Did Soyo hate me for yesterday, for choosing to not look for Lilith? What will happen to us now? Will one of us disappear as well? Blanco, I beg of you, please do not leave me all alone. Please do not go off anywhere without me. I can't be alone. I can't be lonely anymore. Soyo asked me this plaintively, tears growing in her eyes. What were we, and where were we destined to go? Why did we disappear? I had no answers. Not a thing had been explained to me. It was natural to feel uneasy in such a situation. Even I was uneasy. I couldn't believe that I was living without a care even after Seema and Lilith had disappeared at my fault. What was I? Here, all are cleansed of their sins. I could do anything. So what? What could I do? What could I aim for? What was I supposed to be? Some god? It'll be okay. Thank you, Blanco. I'm glad you're such a kind person. I'm happy, even if that was just a lie, to set me at ease. Man, you're such a pushover. I'm sorry. You see, I'm not very good at believing in others. That was rude, wasn't it? I'm sorry. Doubting others. It wasn't a bad thing in itself, rather, it was necessary in life. It was important to believe in others, but in the roller coaster that is life, you couldn't get by with just that. I thought it was right of Soyo to doubt me. Even if she was shy, spoke little, and held a deep disbelief in the people around her, I knew that she wouldn't hurt me. Only I can do the hurting. Sorry. I am sad that Seema and Lilith have went away, but it simply won't do to keep brooding. I've got to think positively. I've got to do my best. That's right. Regardless of what was happening, we could only think positively. This wasn't the time to regret Seema and Lilith's loss. We had to think of something. We had to figure out how we would live, just the two of us from here on out. Okay. Oh, my back. Yeah, awesome. Now what? Oh, there you go. Blanco, what kind of person are you? Amnesiac? What kind of... I have amnesia. What the hell kind of question is that? Soyo whispered this while we were side by side doing the laundry. Had she become interested in me? When I thought about it, I realized I hadn't spent much time with Soyo since coming to the castle. We only saw each other when we ate, and we hadn't spoken much more than acquaintances would. As a result, I didn't know much about her. Then we were the same. It would be safe to assume we were on equal footing. My apologies. It's simply I haven't had much opportunity to speak with you, Blanco. Since it's just the two of us now, I just happen to remember that. I also just happen to think that I'd like to know more about you. Would that be a problem? Lady, do you know what happens when people try to get to know me? They disappear. You really want to risk that? Well, if it's okay with you, then okay. Really, I'm so happy. Please let me know more about yourself. I remember something when I saw Soyo's extraordinarily happy expression. I was stricken with some sort of deja vu. Where had I been? Where had I seen it? That expression. When I had been thinking, Soyo made a sound as if she remembered something. This seems, doesn't it seem like we're newlyweds right now? What the hell? Okay. Thank you for pointing that out and making it more awkward and embarrassing. See, since it is just the two of us, Soyo suddenly said something outrageous. Oh, I'm sorry. How silly of me. I shouldn't have said that. Was Soyo not married? Was that ring on her left finger a decoration? Had she said it on purpose or had it slipped? I didn't know her true intentions, but any guy would start to feel conscious when told that by a beautiful young woman. Yeah. I tried to hide my red-hot face from Soyo behind white sheets. Look at this lovey-dovey scene even though two people have disappeared. God damn it. You're gonna make me fall in love with Soyo and she's gonna do something weird. Or I'm gonna do something weird. Oh god. Oh wait, what? Fuck. I have to end it here, but just a few more minutes. Darling, I want a child. Once I got the courage to tell my husband this, because if I hadn't, my dreams would never become reality. I poured out what had been in my heart a while to my husband, but my husband's response had been indifference. It had almost been 4 years since we had viewed. Viewed? What the hell is that? I was nearly 30 years old. Hag-maxing. Is it too early? That wasn't the case. It wasn't as if we weren't the right age to birth a child. I knew that it would be difficult physically to give birth in my 30s. In society, it would be called late childbirth. That is true. That was why I was so anxious. I was also suspicious. I thought that my husband no longer saw me as a wife. I had begun to feel that our marriage had hit its limit. I was losing my grip. Having to hold myself back for so long, I couldn't ask anyone else for help either. God damn, what a dilemma. Time's a chicken. That was likely why I let my guard down. I was shown a way of escape, and I went and plotted myself to the easiest path. A text showed up on the smartphone I was holding. Let's meet up just the two of us next time, Kazami. It was the man I'd met at the class reunion recently? What the fuck? Are you also a cheater? Fucking hell. His name was Yukimaru. Yukimaru, that bastard! He always shows up at the most inconvenient times, ruining everything. I'd have... Oh man, Yukimaru can be my best friend or my worst enemy. I had had feelings for him when I was in school. God damn it, no wonder your husband's like, fuck this. I had felt this in the past, but Yukimaru was somehow very persuasive with his words. You got lead. It might not be enough to say he was a skilled communicator. He must have gotten much better in the time we've been apart. I had swapped phone numbers with him by his persuasion, yeah. God damn it. Wouldn't this be considered cheating? Yes. I might have wanted something to cling to, even while recognizing it would be a problem to receive his text. I would check my phone to see if I had received anything. The thing is, I thought Kazami was innocent in all of this. It turns out she's a cheating bastard like her husband. Both of you are fucking assholes. God damn it, sorry, I have to edit here because I have to prepare for work now. So this is Vanilla, Guardian of Judgment. If you want to try it again for yourself, the links are in the description. That is all for today. Stay safe and take care of yourselves. God damn it. God damn it, I want to see more. What happens next? You both are fucking assholes. I thought Kazami was innocent. I thought she was a one-sided victim in all this. But no, turns out you both are fucking assholes. Turns out you're both cheaters. Damn it, man. How could you do this to me? I was like, huh. God, I was so happy and all that, like, oh, I feel sad for her, but now you're like, you're both the same? Fuck you. God damn it. Sharon's the only writer, developer that can make me feel like this. Sharon's awesome, man.